Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing Republican Senator Ted Cruz versus incumbent President Democrat Joe Biden for a 2024 presidential election prediction. So, I think I'll be pretty up and open about this race. I do like Ted Cruz, but I don't know if he nationwide would be too strong of a candidate in a lot of the more swing and liberal leaning states. I could maybe not as bad as Barry Goldwater, but I could kind of see Ted Cruz versus Joe Biden not necessarily being the best option for Republicans for trying to appeal to suburban and swing state voters. However, I still think this election would be very close. So, with that said, I think Joe Biden will win the West Coast, as he would anyway. He will win the state of Illinois, New York. I think he would win Colorado safe. I think he would win New Mexico safe as well, to be honest. I don't know how much weight the Republicans will put into trying to win that state. Joe Biden will win the East Coast states, as he would. He will win Maine first and Maine statewide. I think he would win safe. Virginia would also be safe. The state of New Hampshire, to be honest, I think New Hampshire might be safe as well. For some reason, the more conservative the Republican candidate, the state of New Hampshire seems to not like them as much. New Hampshire is a state that likes not really liberal Republicans, but Republicans that are kind of in between establishment and liberal. For instance, Governor Chris Sununu, he did support President Trump, but he is by nowhere near a Trump Republican. Or not nowhere near, but no means a Trump Republican. So, for a Republican to win in New Hampshire, they kind of need to be in that mold, and I don't really think Ted Cruz fits that. But nonetheless, Joe Biden gets to 214. Ted Cruz would come in and win a lot of the traditional red states. And he would also... Texas, actually, I'm going to come back to. I'm not going to characterize that yet. But Ted Cruz would get to 124. Biden's at 214. Biden, I think, would win the state of Minnesota, likely, or safe. Actually, safe, likely... Probably safe, because I don't think Ted Cruz has that Rust Belt appeal that President Trump does or Ron DeSantis does. So, I think Biden would win the state of Minnesota. I think Ted Cruz would still be able to win the state of Florida, probably in a lean to tilt margin. I'm going to say lean for now, but I think Ted Cruz could win there. Ted Cruz, I think, would still win Texas. I don't think Texas is ready to flip at the nationwide level in 2024 just yet. So I think every single Republican would probably win the state of Texas, or every single conceivable nominee would win Texas. But I think it would still be very, very close. So Cruz sits at 196, Biden sits at 223. This is the main difference between Cruz and any other Republican, is I think Iowa and Ohio would both go to Ted Cruz, but they would be lean. Ohio and Iowa are states Republicans. President Trump won them twice. They're looking like strong Republican states. I don't think Ted Cruz would be able to win them by as big margins of victory that, say, a traditional Republican like Donald Trump will. Excuse my email if you heard that. So I think that Maine at large would go for Joe Biden in this scenario. Probably likely, I'd say. Nebraska second, however, I do think would go for Ted Cruz. I think Ted Cruz will win Nebraska second. That gets him up to 220. I do think that Joe Biden will, against Ted Cruz, would carry the state of Arizona. I think that Arizona is a very good candidate to stay in the Democratic column in 2024. It could flip back. For instance, if it's Ron DeSantis, I think it has a pretty decent shot at flipping back, but I don't think Ted Cruz necessarily appeals too well to the state of Arizona. I think actually having Ted Cruz over Donald Trump is actually politically running farther to the right, and I think Arizona has kind of been more conservative candidates on the Republican side. They like John McCain, they like Mitt Romney, they like Jeff Flake. I don't think they necessarily would like Ted Cruz as much. So I'm going to give Joe Biden Arizona 236. I'm also going to give Joe Biden the state of Nevada very, very close. Lean to tilt, probably lean, but that lean's probably 2%. Nevada's going to get closer in 2024, mark my words. It'll be closer than it is in 2020 or 2016. Nevada is going to continue to be a swing state and could be voting Republican by 2028. However, I do think Nevada will get close, but Joe Biden will still hold on for the time being. I think Ted Cruz will hold on to the state of North Carolina. Lean to tilt, probably tilt. Honestly, it's going to be very close, but I think Ted Cruz will still get North Carolina. It's a state that will be very, very close nationwide, and a really good Democratic candidate like Barack Obama was able to win it in 2008. I don't know if Joe Biden is necessarily going to be able to win North Carolina, but I think he can make it very, very close. Now the Rust Belt, Michigan, in its 15 electoral votes, I think go for Joe Biden. I think lean might be a little generous. I think likely might be more realistic, to be honest. Michigan should be likely because, well, I think that Ted Cruz does not have the Rust Belt appeal that Joe Biden does. And I think that Michigan is the most liberal of the three Rust Belt states, and I really just don't see Ted Cruz being able to get the same amount of support that President Trump or Ron DeSantis might be able to. So I think Michigan goes to Joe Biden. I think the state of Pennsylvania also goes to Joe Biden. I'll put in the lean column, but lean to likely. It's close, but I think Pennsylvania goes to Joe Biden. I don't see Ted Cruz being able to win in these areas that Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis could. I just don't see that happening. So Pennsylvania goes blue, goes for Joe Biden. Lastly, the state of Wisconsin also goes in the lean column for Joe Biden. I think Ted Cruz, not to sound like a broken record, but Wisconsin, the most Republican state in the Rust Belt, Ted Cruz will be able to win or will be able to lose Wisconsin narrower than the other two, but won't be enough to win it. And lastly, the state of Georgia. Georgia is a state that is changing quickly. I don't know if running Ted Cruz would actually be a good idea to try to flip back the state of Georgia. Because Georgia, I don't know. I think Ted Cruz actually thinking about it might be able to win Georgia. But it's going to be very, very close because I don't know if more conservative is a pathway to winning Georgia. As long as it's not Trump, I don't know. But it could go to Ted Cruz and it would be 286, 252. Or Biden can win it and it could be 302 to 236. It's close. It can really go either way. I could leave it as a pure battleground, but I mean, I'm going to put it in Ted Cruz's column for now, but it's really close. That's going to do it for today's video. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon so you always get notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.